Hey everybody, I have a half marathon tomorrow and I wanted to go through what I have learned over the time as far as preparing for these, not in terms of training, just what I've learned 2 weeks up to the morning of race day, all right? So the week before my race, so 2 weeks out, I will start to taper. I reduce my mileage by 75%. So let's say I'm normally doing 50 miles per week. I will reduce that down to 40. And then the week of the race, I will reduce it to 40 to 50%. So I'll only be doing 20 to 25 miles. However, that last week, those last 2 weeks, I will incorporate more speed workouts in place of times that I'm on my feet for a longer time frame or longer distance. So I do incorporate a few more speed workouts in those last 2 weeks, but I do start to taper, all right? So 2 days out from the race is when I personally start to worry about my nutrition quite a bit. That's when I'm gonna start to eating more carb heavy foods. I'm gonna eat a little bit more salty food, and I actually drink, it's called Liquid IV, and I drink those at least one a day just to build up my salt. So, and you know, all the electrolytes. So that's 2 days out. The night before, or the day before my race, I definitely am getting more salts in, and I'm very aware of what I'm putting in my body. I do not eat anything new, so no new foods, nothing that I haven't been using throughout my training process. And personally, I like to do something a little bit lighter for lunch, so like a salad, but I will add some salt to my breakfast. And then what I found for dinner that works really well for me for half marathons, marathons, Spartan races is pizza. Pizza is like my magic. My family knows if I have a race, we're having pizza the night before. There is no, I don't deviate from that. I've been doing this for so long that is what I found works really well for me. All right? So night before, not talking about nutrition and food, I am very strict on my my habits. So I actually lay out all of my clothes, my shirt, my gels, my shoes, my socks. I also lay out, make sure that my watch is charged up and ready to go. I'll make sure that if it's something that I'm going to be racing into the sun, I'll make sure I have my sunglasses ready. I have absolutely everything ready, so that way come the morning of, I'm not scrambling around in the dark, sleep deprived a little bit, to get ready. So everything as far as that is 100% ready. I will set a bedtime, and I normally I try to be in bed really early. It's not fun and it's hard because normally I don't go to sleep at 8 o'clock or 8:30, but I at least lay in bed and get ready. That way I'm more likely to fall asleep earlier, since normally race day morning, you're waking up really early. So that's the night before, what really worked well for me. I also set 2 alarms for the morning of to make sure that I do not sleep in or accidentally miss my alarm. So morning of, normally I will wake up, depends on how far I have to travel, but if it's something that's a little bit closer, I wake up at least 2 hours before the race. That's because I like to eat for digestion. I need to eat about an hour and a half to 2 hours before I go for a hard effort run, or if you're doing a Spartan race, run/workout. So 2 hours before at a minimum for me. So if tomorrow my race is starting at 7, but I've got a little bit of travel time, so I am going to be waking up at 4:30. So make sure you have those alarms set. So wake up at least 2 hours early. That way you give yourself proper time to digest your food, to make your food, double check that you've got everything ready, and you can arrive to the venue very early, or at least 15 to 20 minutes earlier than you normally would, because you never know about traffic, you never know, you may have some car issues, the directions may be wrong. So I always like to leave a little bit earlier. If you're going on a bus, to actually have a drop zone, then maybe a little bit earlier than that. So I don't eat too much. Sometimes people, I think, eat too much food. I found that a smaller meal, even if I'm doing a half marathon or a shorter distance, or a Spartan Super or a Sprint, I generally only eat what I found works really well for me. They're called Bobo bars. So I ate one of those and maybe a half a banana. So nothing too big, just because you don't want too much in your system. All right. As far as like getting in the zone mentally, I like to listen to good music in the car ride over there. Make sure that I am thinking about all the positivity, how I'm going to feel when I pass that finish line, when I accomplish my goal. I'm mentally preparing for all the good things that come with racing. I'm not thinking as much about all the misery or the pain I'm gonna go through or the stresses. Instead, I really try to focus on the positivity, all right? And then when I arrive at the venue, I personally really enjoy spending that time talking to your fellow racers, your fellow runners, your fellow Spartan racers. It just really, it's such an amazing community, and I like to soak that in, and it just really takes my mind away from everything, and I just really enjoy it. The more you get into the racing, you're gonna realize how much you look forward to being around just people who are like-minded and are really seeking out healthy goals and races and PRs and all that fun stuff. So make sure that even if you're stressed, take some time, talk to some people, laugh, have a lot of fun. And the most important thing is when you're in that race, I'm not gonna go through all the pacing and all that. I'll do that in another video, but look for all the beauty that you've got going on. Tomorrow I'm doing the Cedar City half. Absolutely gorgeous course. I'm probably gonna bring a GoPro with me and record that, so that way you can see virtually what it's like to do a half marathon, and at least with the Cedar City half marathon, how beautiful it is. So that is my preparation for races. That's specifically more for half marathon or shorter distances, or like I said, if you're doing a Spartan race, that would be a super or a sprint. Beasts, ultras, marathons, those are a little bit different, but I would use very similar tactics. So, all right, I hope that if you have some races coming up, I hope this helps, and hopefully this can get you motivated to go out and do a race and get you prepared for come race day. So, all right, thank you so much. As always, let's thrive together. Love you guys.